Alright, today we're going to smoke chicken on this big green egg. This one's a field fresh, organic grown. It's about 7 pounds, 12 ounces. We procured it locally from a local farmer. We're going to go ahead and just prepare it. We're going to do spatchcock just so it cooks a little faster because it's pretty good sized chicken. And then we're going to serve it with a General Cho's style smoked cauliflower, which we'll show a video for that as well. Okay, so we've got it spatchcocked. Basically, you cut out the backbone. I typically take out the inside here, the rib cage area, and then I take out that cartilage center backbone. So you can see you have the backbone, the rib cage from both sides, left and right, and then I typically pull out that little wing joint right there by the shoulder blade as well. And then the chicken lays nice and open. As you can see when you flip it over, that's where all the skin's at. And we'll go ahead and get this seasoned up with a nice rub and prep it for the smoker. Okay, so now we got it rub on both sides, and we'll go ahead and get the big green egg started, get it up to temp. Let this sit out at room temperature, probably about 20-30 minutes while we're getting the egg ready. And she's ready to go on the grill. Alright, so we got the chicken, spatchcock style. It's about just under 8 pound chicken. Again, it's a free range, organic, local chicken farm here that we got the chicken from. I got it on the big green egg this afternoon. We got spiced, nice like rub going on there. We're gonna get the smoker up to about 300 degrees, probably for about an hour, and then we'll come back and check it. Smoking it today with 2 chunks of hickory, or excuse me, no, 2 chunks of cherry and a block of pecan today. And then of course I got an onion on there as well, just to add a little bit of complexity. It won't add too much flavor to the chicken, but again, I just like that added little flavor that you get there. You can also add other herbs to your fire pit. Rosemary, thyme, oftentimes is a good mixture as well in your smoker. But anyway, we're going to get the lid closed and we're going to get it back up to temp and check back in with about an hour. I get asked a lot about temperatures and smoke color. So if you're getting plumage of white, most likely you probably shouldn't have to for sure have your meat on the smoker. But probably your lump charcoal is either damp or your wood is too wet. Or damp and you're just getting a lot of smoke, or it's not yet up to temp. The big green egg is phenomenal at holding and maintaining its temperature and just keeping that constant smoke on your product the entire time. So as you can see, it's just slightly below 300. I could open up my vents a little bit more to get it right to 300, but honestly it's kind of windy again today, so I'm not too concerned. The temperature will hold right around the 295, 300 mark for as long as I leave the lid closed, really. I got my wood box about, I don't know, a little less than 3/4 full because it's chicken today and I'm not going to be cooking for hours on end. Later, once the chicken's done, I will recheck my fire. I'm going to do some cauliflower heads, General Cho chicken style with some cauliflower, and we'll do a video for that in a little bit as well. But you know, so the smoker's been going for probably about 35 minutes. The chicken's been on for probably about 10. But you can see the smoke is it's almost non-existent. If you're able to see it, it's almost like a gun barrel blue. It's a very sweet smelling smoke. That's pretty much the easiest thing to go by, is you're going to just get a really sweet smell. The smoke, if you can see it, it's just a very light silverish blue color. And yeah, it's just a sweet smell. So again, if you're seeing the smoke coming out of your smoker, you probably want to adjust something. Check the quality of the wood chunks you're using. Check the quality of the lump charcoal. I have noticed when my lump charcoal gets a little older and maybe gets some moisture to it, it'll smoke a little bit more than some good dry lump charcoal. But you know, if you're smoking meat, especially something as light as like chicken or even pork, the heavy gray smoke will taint the flavor of the meat. So you definitely want to make sure that your smoker is at the right temp when you put it on there. Don't rush it, don't get excited, don't try to speed up the process. just let the smoker do what it does. You know, some days it may take 20-30 minutes. Once you get that big convector on there, again, it's like a concrete material, so it's if it's cooler outside and it's been outside, it's going to have to come up to that temp as well. Much like, you know, trying to cool your house, it has to cool every piece of furniture and everything in the house first before that temperature regulates. And the big green egg is really no different, much like an oven as well. Your meat, it's best to sit out at room temperature, so you're not sticking ice cold refrigerator temperature meats on the smoker, because that'll really kill your temperatures as well. But a lot of people say they get their smoker up to like 500 degrees and then put the meat on and, you know, back it back off. Honestly, I've been using a big green egg for about 5.5, 6 years now. I've never found that to be a problem where I have to get my temps higher than what I want them. You know, I get my fire going, I get the temperature with just the fire in there to right about where I'm wanting it for that meat of the day that I'm smoking, or vegetable. And then I open it back up again, add my wood chunks, add whatever, you know, material to my wood box that I want, if I'm doing herbs or whatever the case may be. Put in my egg convector in there, put the grate back on, and then I close the lid. And, you know, just be patient and wait. While you're waiting, that smoke is going to get a little bit white again because you've introduced some new agents into the fire. Just let it burn up, let it get equalized at the temperature you're looking for, and then once it's to that temp, then put your product onto the smoker. Just, you know, be patient. That's part of the joy of the big green egg. It's a manual process. You know, if you want quick and easy, if you want an opportunity to just put something in it and go, you know, buy a trigger or buy a pellet fed where you set it and go. It's the big green egg it's all about the art of the smoker. So just enjoy the opportunity that you have on your big green egg. All right, so here we are, about an hour and 45 minutes into the smoke, 300 degrees. You can see the beautiful color on that skin. I've got my temp guide in there just to show you we're about 176 in that dark meat, which that's perfect for me. I'm going to pull it off. It's going to sit for another probably 10-20 minutes just to let those soaks in. It's going to continue to cook off, but we're going to go ahead and get it off the smoker and let it rest for 10-15 minutes, and we'll be right back with you then. All right, so the chicken is sat probably for about a half hour. 10 minutes is probably sufficient, but I got distracted with something else. But so anyway, I'm just going to show you, pretty much just cut it down the middle. As you can see, the underside here is the two breasts are here, the thigh and the leg are separated out as well. I'm going to cut it skin side up though, and just cut it right down. Like I said before, in the beginning, I already removed that carcass blade, cartilage backbone out of it. You can see how juicy it is. It's beautifully done. You can just cut right along this back leg here. You can see where it's already separating out. So we're going to go ahead and just flip this over just to make it easier to cut. And you can see where the blade runs right down through here. The thigh, the leg, and the breasts are already separated out nicely. Pull this down just a little bit, and then we'll cut that leg off right there in the middle, between the thigh and the leg. Hit the bone. Yeah, maybe. Whacking into that bone there. There we go. Cut that skin off. So you got your thigh, your leg, and you got your breast, and the wing up here on the top part. So this is all one breast. I'm just going to do a couple slices just to show you how juicy this thing is. And again, it's sat for about a half hour. 10 minutes is about all you really need to let this thing sit before you cut into it. But you can see the juice just pouring out of it when I squeeze it there. So very juicy. You can't go wrong with the chicken on the big green egg. So enjoy.